Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Hopefully you can see me well. My name is Kent. The channel is Bitcoin Believer Artificial Intelligence. So I actually got a comment on my one of my videos here not recently, and it was kind of a unique comment. It kind of blew me away when I first saw the comment. And I got to give you a little background first before we talk about this comment. If you look at this channel, there's a little over 5,000 subscribers to this channel. Most of the people that have subscribed to this channel came to this channel when I was making a lot of content on a blockchain by the name of EOS. EOS is a smart contract platform. It's a proof of stake. It's not proof of work. My son runs an app on that, or a dApp on that blockchain, and of course I was covering it all the time. They were raising money. They raised $4 billion over a year's time, and then all the time they were trading and all this other stuff. So people came from there. So most of the people that I've been talking to for the last few years have been hardcore crypto people. They don't ask me questions that the obvious stuff probably doesn't interest them or entertain them. So I'm going to go into EOS real quick because people ask me sometimes about EOS. I will still talk about EOS, but the issue with EOS is it's created so much negative content, or there's been so much negativity around EOS simply because of the fact that Block 1 raised $4 billion, as we all know, and of course they basically took everybody to the cleaners. Didn't do what they promised to do. One of the block producers by the name of EOS ENF, took over the blockchain, and Ibla Rose is one of the people from EOS Nation. The ENF has been trying to get this thing back on track, but it's been very difficult. And in the meantime, as I made videos and I made content, a lot of people would say, oh, quit making EOS content, the blockchain's dead, nothing's going to happen, because the price was at 21 bucks at one time, and now it's down to like 50 or 60 cents. Even though there is some really good news coming out about EOS. I see where they're traded now in Japan. So there's a lot of good things, and I still think that EOS has a place at the table, like I say in the comments. But anyway, back to the issue why I'm talking to you about this. Two other things. One other thing, I'll never ask anybody to subscribe to this channel. I think people overdo that. Oh, subscribe and like, subscribe and like. I don't even ask you to do that. That's obvious. Everybody knows that. I'm not going to waste, even a few seconds telling you to subscribe or like. I'm not interested in talking about subscribing and liking. I'm not interested in sponsors. I'm not interested in any of that. I wouldn't even monetize these videos. It wasn't for the fact that YouTube won't even show them in the search if you don't monetize it. It's not. I'm not making my livelihood by these videos. I like these videos. I do it because it entertains me, and I like talking to people. So if you ever leave a comment, I will answer your comment 100%. And I'm not going to give you some spam answer. A lot of people that have big YouTube channels, you comment and you're going to get back a bunch of spam, text me at WhatsApp, blah, 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 blah. And it's just garbage, and I'm so sick of it. When I see those, I just completely delete that channel and I block it. And if I've ever seen more videos come up from somebody that spams me back when I leave a comment, I just say not interested. The other thing too is there's a premium YouTube subscription. I belong to that, and you can watch these videos without any break whatsoever. There is no advertising, no nothing. You don't even see it. You pay a few dollars a month, but it's really minimal. So if you want to watch these videos and you don't want to be bothered with all the advertisement and all the spam and all the garbage, just do YouTube Premium. You can watch this without any interruptions. You can see everything. Like I say, I don't ask anybody to subscribe. I don't ask anybody to like. All I say is if you leave a comment, I will respond to your comment. So if you have a question or you just want to have a question, leave a comment and I'll respond to it. And that's what happened. That's the essence of this video tonight, is somebody asked me a question and it really blew me away. And like I say, because I've been talking to hardcore crypto people for a number of years. And what blew me away about this question was that they simply asked me how to buy Bitcoin. And it's like, I just kind of like, wow, a real genuine person here. Somebody that usually when I'm making these videos, especially when I'm talking about EOS, it's like, F EOS, it's going to zero, when's the party? Because I said I'd do a party if EOS ever made $100. Maybe it will someday, I don't know. But I get that all the time. So I kind of got away from that. and started doing more Bitcoin and artificial intelligence because I have a lot of interest in those two subjects too. So I got this question, and somebody asked me in the comments, and like I say, I respond to every comment, me personally. I don't get that many, so it's pretty easy to do. So somebody asked me how to buy Bitcoin, and it just blew me away because I'm thinking to myself, that's a good question, and especially for people that have never owned crypto before. How do you buy it? Where do you buy it? And because I had talked a little bit about BlackRock having an ETF, and that they will have a custodian, and I mentioned something about Coinbase, and so somebody was asking me, hey, how do you buy? And I also said I think Bitcoin's a real deal right now, and I do think it's a good deal, especially at these prices with the ETFs coming up. You know what's going to happen. How do you buy Bitcoin? And it just really brought me back to reality, like, hey, there's a lot of people out there that haven't ever heard of it and don't know how to buy it. And she asked me, I think it was she, asked me a question how to purchase it. And I'll answer it for you real quickly. I would just open up an account with Coinbase. And the reason I would do Coinbase is simply because Coinbase is a New York Stock Exchange traded company. So they have a lot of responsibility by being on the New York Stock Exchange. They're not like FTX. They're highly monitored, regulated, and I do think your crypto is safe with Coinbase, as safe as you can get. And I was thinking about that today because a lot of the hardcore people back in the day, they would only hold cryptocurrency on their own private wallet. So you can have your cryptographic key, which I think is 64 characters long, something like that. It's in the 60s. 0 to 9 and A to Z could be uppercase, lowercase. And that can really mess you up. And I don't know anybody that has been in crypto very long that hasn't screwed up one of those keys and sent crypto to the wrong address. I've done it. I think everybody's done it. Everybody's wasted a little crypto, spent a little crypto, messing it up by holding their own keys and screwing that up. And of course with EOS, that was a real big part of their blockchain, is that private key thing. You couldn't do anything on the blockchain, couldn't buy, sell, or anything like that, unless you had that private key and it had to be kept private and blah, blah, blah. So that got to be a little bit of a problem, and that's what these ETFs are about. These ETFs are about getting rid of all that custody and having you mess up your private key or having your private key be stolen. There's a lot of phishing scams out there where they'll ask you for your private key and you lose crypto. I mean, I used to make videos about that. And people would literally lose tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars by having somebody steal their crypto. And of course, once that transaction is completed, it's not undone. I mean, it can't be undone. You lost your crypto. You don't go to the bank and say, hey, someone stole or like with a credit card, you charge back on a credit card, they're going to give you your money back. You make a mistake with your private key on a crypto wallet or crypto address, it's finished, you're done. So a long answer to a simple question, how do you buy Bitcoin? Very simple. Go to Coinbase, simply open an account. And when I first opened my Bitcoin account or Coinbase account, they charged you for every transaction. Well, they don't anymore. It's all basically free. So it's really easy to do. Oh, back to the premium too. Do the YouTube premium. It's pretty cheap, and you won't see any ads. That come up to my mind. I don't know why. But so Coinbase would be my choice. Sounds like BlackRock may use them as the custodian for their ETF. So I would say certainly Coinbase would be my choice to hold crypto. It's very easy. You just go there. It's almost like a bank account. You can take money. It's got an app. You can take money out, put it in. You can do it on your desktop too. It's getting better and better and better and better every day. It's very easy to buy Bitcoin. You don't have to wait for the ETFs, although they're coming. And when they do come, it's going to be mass adoption. You know, I get kind of like I say, because I've been in this thing so long, I get kind of like, you know, I just kind of assume everybody knows a lot about cryptocurrency. But if I walked, and this is pretty busy here tonight, I don't know, I'm panning around here a little bit. They're having a party over here. If I walk down the street, in fact, I do a lot of times. I'll walk down the street. A lot of people will photobomb me. You know, they're on the back and they'll do some sort of weird gesture or something like that. That happens all the time. But sometimes after I get done doing the video and I'm walking away, someone will come up and say, hey, what was that video about? What were you doing? And I will just say it was a cryptocurrency video about Bitcoin or EOS or Ethereum. And they go, what's that? And I'm like, You've never heard of Bitcoin? Well, I don't know. If I think I have, but I don't know. Most people don't know that much about it. I mean, it's still relatively new. So if you're sitting on the sidelines going, I don't know if I want to buy Bitcoin because I think I'm too late, I would say you're not too late. You're really actually way ahead of the game. You know, when I get people asking me how to buy it, and you know, you see, you see BlackRock getting into it. Michael Saylor just got into it like a couple of years ago, and he's a billionaire with billions of dollars worth of he put a lot of the money from his micro strategies into Bitcoin. See, there's a party right behind me. Tons of people. I guarantee if I walked over and started doing a video in that party, it might be a private party. It looks like it's a private party. But if I walked over and started asking people about Bitcoin, you would have very few people that had much understanding of Bitcoin. Very few. Maybe, I mean, people would say, yeah, we've heard of it because it's been. But back in the beginning when I started doing this, nobody had even heard of Bitcoin. But now people have heard of it. A lot of people, you know, if the hardcore, you have to get pretty hardcore before anybody's ever heard of Ethereum. And of course, you got to be really hardcore if you've ever heard of EOS. So, you know, these are the people I'm used to talking to. So, yeah, I mean, it's the wide open game. And if you're asking how to buy it, you're not too late to the game. You are way ahead of the game. I would say cryptocurrency adoption is going to be taking place here in the next 3 to 4 years. I would say right now is a perfect time to enter because we got the halving coming up, which halving always ends up being, seems like it raises the price because the rewards to the miners go less. And I would say Coinbase would be a great place to buy it from. And I would say if you want to buy it now, hey, you could buy $10 worth, $20 worth. You don't have to buy a Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is $25,000. You can buy any piece of Bitcoin you want to buy. Start with $100 just to see if you like it or not. But yeah, like I say, I want to cover that because I mean, most people, if they leave a comment, I'll answer it on the comments, or like tonight, I'll make a video about it. And like I said, this one kind of blew me away because I haven't been asked that question. I think in the 5 or 6 years I've done these videos, how to buy cryptocurrency. You know, because like I say, by the time people watch the video that I make, they're usually, they're eyebrow deep into cryptocurrency, and they know so much about it that it's frightening. You know, it's like there's some people out there that are pretty hardcore, especially I would say the EOS people. I mean, they really know their cryptocurrency, and yeah, it's a hardcore group of people, I guarantee you. So anyway, if you're thinking about it, it's a good time to get in. If you're wondering how to buy it, it's very simple to buy. And of course, there's a number of places you can buy it from, but I mean, you have probably two big players as Coinbase, and then you have Binance. But Binance, you know, I don't know. I mean, they both were sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission, but I just feel a little more comfortable with Coinbase. And that would be my selection, Coinbase. So thank you for that question, and thank you for bringing me back to reality and not thinking that everybody just automatically knows everything there is to know about cryptocurrencies, and that I need to get really deep with the subject on this matter in these videos and get real deep, because if I'm not deep, then people aren't going to watch or listen. And sometimes it's just simple questions like that people really want to know. They don't want to know, you know, about all the other stuff. You know, I used to do videos, actually do actually how to do some of the background programming and stuff like that. And you know, it's like those videos really did badly. I mean, those did horrible. I mean, if you wanted to show something about, you know, some little thing on the Bitcoin, or I mean on the Bitcoin on EOS, you know, show a little bit of code or something like that, how to build an app or something like that, you literally lost everybody would be gone. And of course now, you are so liberated from all that stuff. I wanted to say garbage, but all that coding, you know, stuff that nobody wanted to do, nobody wanted to think about, nobody wanted to learn, nobody wanted to do. That we've been liberated by ChatGPT. If you want to code, all you need to do is know how to type a prompt. You put it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT will generate more code than you can ever imagine, and do it better, faster, easier than anything you've ever done before. So yeah, the coding deal is no longer a burden. It's no longer a barrier to the entry to this stuff. That private key thing is a real mess with as long as it is. Just go to Coinbase, go through the custody of having Coinbase do it. I know a lot of the hardcore people will tell me, no, you got to have your own wallet. If you don't have your own wallet, you're not in control of your crypto. And I get all that. I mean, I'm totally in agreement with you. But I'm just saying that for most people, it's not the way they want to hold it, and it's not the way they want to handle it too. I could tell you, well, there's horror stories: people losing computers, people losing their private keys, people being scammed and spammed, and I mean not spam, but phishing scams where they've lost their crypto and all this other stuff. So when you hold your own crypto in your own private wallet, there's a lot of hardware wallets out there. You do, you are running a little bit of a risk of making sure, you don't get hacked. What I always said is, hey, if you got a private key, keep it in cold storage, put it on your buy a Mac computer, laptop Mac computer, and don't put it online. Keep it offline. Just put it on the computer, shut the computer down. Don't ever put it on the internet, and then just stick it underneath your in a safe place. But then you got people like what's going on right now in Florida. You got hurricanes, and then guess what? Your house gets wiped out, or like what happens out here in California. You got wildfire and your house burns down, and there was my crypto on my private wallet under my bed in my laptop that I just saw go up in flames, and I've lost all my crypto. So there's easier ways to do it. You just trust the system. Coinbase used to not report to the IRS or send 1099s on your activities. They probably will start doing it. That's one of the things I liked about Coinbase is they didn't report, but they're going to probably start doing it. If you do a 1040 tax return, you're going to have to check off that you've traded crypto within the past year of your tax return. So, you just have to handle it like every other transaction or every other stock investment. You're going to have to be upfront with your transactions, and if you have a profit or loss. But that's not a big deal, because you know what? If you have a profit, you can offset it with your losses. And so if you're paying taxes, not everybody, it's like everything else. You got a stock that goes up and you got stocks that go down. So you can offset your winners with your losers. The same thing with cryptocurrency. The same rules apply. So, just play the game fairly, and you won't have a problem. And hopefully Bitcoin goes up and increases in value enough. It has in the past. Paying a few taxes on your crypto accounts that are making money isn't a big deal. That's just the way it is. And that's the way it's going to go. It's going to be, the custodials are going to be people like Coinbase. They're going to be reporting to the IRS. And if you think you're just going to keep your stuff on a private wallet and never be found out as far as what you've done, what you've traded, and everything like that, they're going to uncover all those transactions. They're going to figure out how to do it. You call them the on and off ramps. They're going to figure out how to track those down, because it's all on the blockchain anyway. So you might as well just make it easy, make it safe, make it reliable. Have somebody take care of it, and then somebody can actually, and if Coinbase is really nice, because you can go on there and you can see all your transactions, you can see how much you bought. I have a history of my trading, and it tells me exactly how much I've lost and how much I've gained up until this point. And I think I've had my Coinbase account since the very initial days of Coinbase. I can't remember when it started, but I was probably one of the first few accounts that they opened up, because I was in this a long time ago. So, and I still have a history of everything I've done. I can tell me right to the dollar if I've made money or lost money in all my transactions. Pretty cool. If you have a private wallet and you got to keep track of all this stuff on your own with a spreadsheet or with some sort of accounting software, it just becomes a hassle. So Coinbase, Bitcoin, and like I say, I think that would be a good way to go. And I think that I think you won't be. I think at the end of the day, you won't be dissatisfied with how this is going to happen. I appreciate you watching.